I want to say I probably have a few areas on my butt where I probably cannot even feel because I have received so many of these shots. So definitely get comfortable with these shots because you're gonna be getting them, and it's not gonna be fun at all.
Welcome back to the IDA experience. If you haven't been following me on my IVF journey, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you can see how my journey has been from beginning to now.
Hey there, welcome back to the IDA experience. This is Ida. So this video is about things that your fertility doctor may not have told you. I have been doing IVF since 2016. So I have been doing this for a while, kind of on and off. This final straw, I'm going in hard. So I am knee deep into it. I already had my FET transfer day. Today is day number 6 of my 2 weeks wait. Now my current symptoms, I have been having mild cramping, which has kind of been on and off. I've had some mild back pain, not too bad though. Of course, I'm very bloated, which I knew that was gonna be there. I have really tender breasts. And also I have this acne on my face, which I'm gonna get closer. They're real little, but, oh, it's hard to see actually, but yeah, I have a lot of acne on my face, which I have been trying to stay positive, trying. I have been been praying a lot, staying positive, meditating, breathing exercises. I am not welcoming any kind of negativity at this moment in my life. It's all just positive. Negativity comes, I'm like, whoa, get out of there. Like, no, I don't want it in my brain. I don't want it in my head. I don't want it around me. It's all positive energy. I refuse anything negative. This embryo is going to implant and we are gonna have a beautiful, healthy baby. So I am super excited. Now, tips that I wanted to kind of share with you, just so you know what I have been through. And these are tips that if I was to be starting this from the very beginning, I wish someone would have told me. So bear with me while I go through these tips, okay? One thing that your IVF doctor may not tell you is the process is very unpredictable. Like I said earlier, I started in 2016. I have not had a successful pregnancy yet. And the reason being is because whenever the whole process started, I ended up with one viable embryo, which was so after I had my firstborn, I went back in 2019 to try to get this embryo. I got multiple cancellations and I got pregnant naturally with my second son. I went back again to try to get the same embryo and I got canceled year after year. The reason for the cancellation was because of two main things. One, I had a mysterious fluid in my uterus that would not go away. And two, I had a very thin uterine lining. So my doctor's response was two things: either find a surrogate or find a sister. I'm like, no doc, it's not happening because I'm not going to go find my sister and I am not finding a surrogate. So figure it out, doctor. I grew 2 babies in this uterus by the grace of God. So doc, let's make this happen. So he pretty much settled and said, hey, I'm gonna do this. It's your loss, all win, whatever. Quite honestly, I did not listen to the doctor when it comes to him thinking loss or whatever, because I am, like I said, staying positive. Any negative energy, like, I don't want you. Just stay far away from me. It's all positivity here. I've been praying, I've been fasting. This is it. The doctor is not God. The doctor is human just like me, and I am looking forward to this miracle from God. So that's all that matters right now. So this unpredictability from IVF stems from having prolonged cycles, canceled cycles, disappointments. I mean, if you're gonna go through IVF, I wanna say just be patient because it's gonna happen. So many people come to me and they'll tell me, yes, I'm gonna go through IVF, I'm gonna start in May, and then in June I'm gonna get pregnant, have a baby, and whatever. It does not work like that. I'm telling you, just go with the flow, because if you do not do that, you're gonna end up being so disappointed. And trust me, the emotional roller coaster that comes with IVF is a lot. So you definitely wanna start this with an open mind, go with the flow, just relax and be patient. Whenever it comes to canceling IVF, sometimes IVF can be canceled due to hyperstimulation, which by God's grace, I didn't go through that. But I've heard of people that have like PCOS, they will have the hyperstimulation during that, so they might have to cancel and redo all over again. Number 2, uterine lining may not be adequate. That was my issue. Uterine lining was always too thin for my doctor. Also, the disappointments that can come from IVF is that sometimes whenever you go through the initial stimulation and they retrieve the eggs, some people may have 12 eggs, for instance. But what really matters is how many fertilized and how many are actually viable enough for pregnancy. Whenever we started, I believe we had 5 eggs retrieved, which I was so excited. But listen, I was very disappointed when I was told only 3 of our embryos got fertilized, and out of those, only 1 was actually like in good shape. The other 2 were just all right. And if you listen to my previous IVF video, which I'm gonna post, you see that that was a fail as well. We started off with 5 retrieved eggs, 3 fertilized, 1 viable. But you know what they say, it only takes 1 viable embryo and that's it. Another thing I wish I knew before I started IVF is the shots are never ending. Guys, if you don't like needles, get comfortable. Like, you're gonna give so many shots. For me, I kind of bypassed the beginning stages of the shots because I already had an embryo that was fertilized and my embryo was frozen for 7 years. So all I did was a follicle shot, which is a sub-Q shot, right, underneath the skin. And I did that for a while and I thought that one was bad. And then, my goodness, after my FET, I did the progesterone shots. Whew, those progesterone shots are literally no joke. I mean, I still have knots in my back from getting these progesterone shots. Every morning, I have to wake up my husband to give me these shots. The needle is long. After the very first shot, he told me he couldn't do it anymore. I was like, babe, we're in this for the long haul. So get comfortable and let's do this. But I want to say I probably have a few areas on my butt where I probably cannot even feel because I have received so many of these shots. So definitely get comfortable with these shots because you're gonna be getting them and it's not gonna be fun at all. One tip I want to give you, you can always reach out to me if you need tips on making these shots less painful. But one really good tip I'll give you is do not use Band-Aid. The very first time I used Band-Aids, big mistake. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just give the shot, place a cotton ball on it, apply some pressure, and it's gonna hurt. Massage it a little bit, and you should be all good to go. One other thing I wish I knew was that going through IVF makes you very hormonal. I have been taking estrogen tablets for a while now in this cycle, but I have been my goodness, I feel so bad for my husband sometimes and my coworkers, and I really do try to be nice. I think I'm very easily agitated. I'm irritable. It's just a lot of different hormones. I try not to let it get to me, but it will get to you, So I think one thing that I would say is just surround yourself with people that love you and that will support you. That way they can just kind of handle the BS a little bit easier because it's no joke. It's no joke at all. Surround yourself with good supporters, okay? Another thing I wish I knew before starting IVF is that there's no guarantee. Like I said, I started this process in 2016. 7 years later, I still do not have a baby with IVF. Now, I do have 2 natural births, but not through IVF yet. Yet, okay? Because I am feeling very positive about my embryo right now in my belly, so, which kind of sucks because I know many people will go through this, spend so much money, and then end up with nothing. And I could have taken that route and just let my embryo go and still not have a successful pregnancy through IVF, but by the grace of God, I do have 2 beautiful boys, which I'm very, very thankful and blessed for. So IVF, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on it, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna end up with it. Another thing I wish I knew was that IVF is so expensive. I'm gonna attempt to do another video just to go through like the cost, like actual cost of everything, but yeah. IVF is thousands. I've heard of a certain kind of company that was doing $10,000 for IVF cycle. It's a physician group. I've never used them. I don't know anything about them, but I will do my research and see, but it's not cheap. It's very expensive. If you factor in the cost, the unpredictability of it all, the prolonged cycles, cancellations, and all that stuff, it can take a toll on you as a person. So once again, one thing that I'll always say, keep a good supportive team around you. Now, the last thing I want to say to you, one thing that I wish I knew when I first started, is that it's okay for you to advocate for yourself. And I say this because when I first started, I did not know anything about IVF, and I kind of like let the doctor lead me blindly, if that makes sense. They said this, and I said okay, this, I said okay. But after going through the whole process, I was really outspoken. It's okay for you to be outspoken. It's okay to ask questions. Whenever I go for my scans, I just lay down and in the scan and go. I'm like, wait, no. What did you just do? What are you looking for? Ask questions. What are you looking for? What are you doing? What can I do to make this better? And it is very much okay for you to ask questions. Sometimes in the medical field right now, everybody is so overbooked. Everybody's in a hurry. And I understand that. I am in the medical field myself. It's okay for you to ask questions and be like, hey, what are you doing? When I do my labs, I ask questions. What labs are you looking for? Whenever they call back and reschedule, well, why did you reschedule? What are my labs? Was it good? Was it bad? What range should I be in? So I do ask a lot of questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are going through IVF, hang in there, guys. It is difficult. It's difficult. It's a long road. It's a whole journey. But you gotta stay positive. You gotta stay strong. And that's what I'm in right now. Right now, I am resisting the urge to go on Google. I have failed miserably, guys. I have been Googling every day. Probably not the best thing because Google got a lot of information, some good, some bad, some is like, eh. But yeah, you gotta stay focused. I have been distracting myself with the kids. It's Halloween season, so we're just getting stuff ready. I have been trying to learn how to make clothes, guys. I'm literally distracting myself with whatever I can. I'm about to go to work today. I have been off for the past 5 days. So I have rested good enough. And the fact that today's day number 6 for me, I'm just gonna go to work and just throw myself into work. And when I get tired, I just sit down, catch my breath, and I'm just gonna spoil myself. This is day number 6, so today is Tuesday. In 3 days from today, I am going to take my pregnancy test. So I'm gonna do blood work with my doctor's office. Now, I have resisted the urge to test at home because I do not want to put myself through any kind of anxiety. So as of right now, I am just doing what I can do. I have been praying, I've been meditating, doing my breathing exercises, just relaxing, really. I'm trying to not stress out. I'm trying to be a little bit more softer, calmer, lots of self-care, hanging out with my family, enjoying great food, drinking water, just everything I can possibly do so I don't have to test for now. But I do know, and I'm feeling very positive that this is gonna work. So guys, keep praying for me, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye.
Hey, welcome back to the IDA Experience. If you haven't been following me on my IVF journey, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you can see how my journey has been from beginning to now.